But if I'm going to go into the prediction side, Kyle, I'm just going to ask you straight up: does Milwaukee have a chance to turn this around? And if so, who do you think is going to win the next game?
Well, in game three, I'm definitely giving Milwaukee a shot. They're going to be at home. I know for sure that the home crowd of Milwaukee is going to be riled up, even with them over in Phoenix. I saw a lot of fans in that Deer District, and I believe that there was, some fans within the Fisher Forum the last two games when the Bucks were on the road. So they're definitely going to be loud. They're definitely going to get into Phoenix's head into a certain extent. Now, as far as the game goes, I'm going to expect Giannis to do essentially what he did in game two and continue into game three. I mean, he had 42 points tonight, and he was extremely efficient. The only thing that I would wish Giannis would do a little bit better, and this might just be something that it is what it is just knocking down maybe a higher percentage of his free throws. He did get to the free throw. He got to the free throw line quite significantly tonight. So, if he could be able to knock down possibly 60 to 75% of his free throws, I think that would definitely help. Just because he's going to the free throw line so consistently in the last two games. And they have got to get their role players to step up. They have got to get some better performances from Bobby Portis. Pat Connaughton needs to continue his shooting performance that he had in game two, carry it into game three. And Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday have got to step it up. You know, those guys are the number 2 and 3 players on this team. And don't get me wrong, Drew is great defensively, but offensively, he's got to make better shot selections. And Chris has got to go off. 11 points tonight in game two. That is not going to get it done. So Chris is going to have to go out there and get 25, damn near 30 points. And I know Chris is capable of that. It's just those performances that he can put out there are just too far few in between for my liking. So, and I think as far as Phoenix goes, just continue what works. Space the floor, get your role players in good 3-point shot selections. And I think as long as Chris Paul and Devin Booker are knocking down shots, as long as they don't have an off night shooting, I think the Suns can realistically win game three. But I'm actually going to go with Milwaukee here. I think Milwaukee's going to win a very close competitive game. I do think that Phoenix is going to get over 100 just because they have too many shooters to contend with. But I do think that Milwaukee is going to get a great performance from Giannis. I think he's going to probably get somewhere around 35, possibly 40 points. I think Chris Middleton's going to drop 25, potentially 30. And I think Drew's going to chip in for a solid 20. And then if they can get Pat Connaughton, Bobby Portis, maybe even Jeff Teague to chip in 10, 15 points here or there, I think Milwaukee can carry this game three performance and kind of get back into the series. Because if they go into game three, they win game three, going into game four to potentially tie up the series, that would be huge. But they have to win game three. So I think Milwaukee wins a close one. I could say maybe 115 or 108.
So I'm actually going to disagree with you. And Kyle and I actually said on the last live stream, our predictions have kind of been like shit recently. We pick a lot of games and the opposite ends up happening. And I mean like the epitome of opposite. Granted, we're not always going to be right. We understand that, but I'm going to go with Phoenix in this one. I think that, Devin Booker is going to have another huge game. I think DeAndre Ayton's going to go back to form. And, I'm hoping that, with the injury to Torrey Craig, hopefully he ends up being okay. But, if he is out, I think that Cam Johnson's going to have to take some more minutes. Hopefully he can step up and do what he's got to do. Maybe put up 15, 20 points, have a really big night off the bench. But yeah, no, I think Phoenix takes a commanding 3-0 lead. I really do think that Milwaukee's putting way too much pressure on Giannis. Again, he's not 100%. Every time the man hits the floor or grabs at that knee, everybody in Milwaukee, not only on the bench, but in the actual arena that they were watching, that they took a deep breath and kind of held it for a second and said, oh my God, please get up. Without this man, this is easily a sweep, definitely blowout central, without a doubt. And if Giannis has got to play 40 plus minutes and score 40 plus a game for them to still lose, I think that that's just not a good place to put it in. Like I said, I think that Phoenix ends up winning a closer one, maybe 7 to 10 points. But I think, again, behind Devin's 30-plus points. I think Chris has a double-double. And again, I think Ayton has like one of those, maybe one of those 20-20 games. I just can't see him being abused down low again back-to-back nights. And at that point, if Phoenix does, in fact, take game 3, I would confidently say Phoenix will win this series, whether in 4 or 5, but Phoenix is going to take a commanding 3-0 lead come Sunday night, in my opinion.